Hello everyone, friends. You got to the second part of the recap. The link to the first part will be in the description, as well as in the comments. Enjoy your viewing. 5 minutes earlier, when Kim Sang and Tae Jin came to the roof and announced their intentions, a huge schoolboy decided to clarify whether he understood the information correctly. Well, are you normal or what? Have you swallowed some pills, you fool? Repeat what you said, Tae Jin. My new partner was a little nervous, but still decided. From now on, this school belongs to us. I was standing in a stupor, not knowing what to do. So I decided to just keep quiet. Meanwhile, while the kings of the school were still talking. Is it April Fool's Day? Or did you decide to prank us for no reason? Tae Jin clearly lost his fear, or else he believed in me a lot, but his tone was confident. What's the big deal? After all, you also took over this school in the second year of study. Why can't we? But the three fake kings continued to mock. Ahaha, well, actually. That's funny, ahaha. And they seem to be serious, hahaha. During all this time, I haven't said even one word, but I had a lot of thoughts in my head. It's the first time I've seen high school students so close. Although nothing special, ordinary Gopnik. I think I'm nervous after all. Is it because they're older? The flow of my thoughts was interrupted by these Gopniks. Who's the little guy? Are you running errands for Tae Jin? Yeah. They seem to have gone completely off the rails. Meanwhile, the big guy decided to ask his leader. Well, what are you going to do, Young-soo? Will you rest? Should we figure it out ourselves? It was clear from Jong-soo's look that his ass felt danger, and his thoughts were racing. Who is this guy? Who is he? I've never met him. Why was I seized with a chilling horror? Is that just me seeing? Is he even human or what? Apparently the leader of this gang still had some ability, at least, to feel the danger with his ass. This was confirmed by my silhouette in his head, as well as his thoughts. No, that's not even the point. If such a thing really existed, we'd all be screwed. My companions, or one might say servants, felt surprisingly confident. Jeong-soo, yes, you rest. We'll sort it out ourselves. I tried to warn them that this could be a mistake. What? Wait, this guy is dangerous. But my gang didn't listen to me anymore, apparently out of fear. My words weren't convincing enough. The whole crowd, the gang began to stretch their limbs, preparing for a fight. Young-soo, let us stretch a little too. Well, that's it, you're finished. Meanwhile, Tae Jin turned to Kim Sang, that is, to the main character Dignity. Well, I probably won't fight it. Can you handle it alone? My first words came out confidently. Yes, I can handle it. But still, at the last moment, doubts took over and I said in an uncertain tone. Perhaps. The fight is about to begin. The gangsters have come as close as possible. Suckers. Get ready, Jong Tae Jin. The genie himself had already moved behind me and threw me one last time. San, don't let me down. It seemed that Chan was already safe. If I lost, he would be able to quickly escape. But suddenly, more Gopnik appeared from behind. Come here, asshole. Where are you going, Tae Jin? Without thinking for a long time, apparently on instinct, I suddenly appeared in front of this Gopnik and sent him flying with a strong right-hand blow. A partition saved him from falling from the roof. A peculiar question mark appeared on the faces of each of this gang. What the? Who are you? What did you do? How did you do that? You threw him several meters away with one blow. Suddenly, everyone heard the trembling voice of leader Young-soo. To kill. But due to the fact that he was all cowardly from fear, all his subordinates did not hear what he said. What? Young-soo, what did you say? And at that moment, probably the whole city heard the voice of the leader of the Gopnik. I said kill him. Kill him quickly. He has to die. You'll hurt yourself to a pulp, but kill him. Apparently, the fearful qualities of the leader made it clear that soon, he would no longer be the king of the school. But Young-soo's scream became the starting point because after it, the whole gang attacked me and Tae Jin. And the leader continued active brain activity. I instinctively feel strong opponents. However, there are many options to kill someone who is stronger than you. Hyena is capable of killing a lion. That's just it. At this moment, Young-soo's face needed to be seen, no matter how much he wanted to, no matter what he thought, but the final thought made him realize his loss. The hyena can't defeat the dragon in any way. In less than a minute, the whole gang, except for the leader and the big guy, was lying on the floor and begging for mercy. Meanwhile, Tae Jin was already mocking. Well, I think that's enough. Hey you. Give up? I never thought that there were such loyal people in the gang of Gopnik, But the big guy standing next to the leader will see me. Jian-su. Run. I'll buy you some time. What a monster. But this was not to come true, because as soon as he flew up to me within striking distance, the big guy had no more chances to escape. At that moment, I finally realized that I have no equal. With a confident tone and gait, I started walking towards Jiang-su. Maybe enough already? And all that the former leader could do was tremble with fear. And of course, Tae-jin couldn't stay away without saying a word. We're in charge here now. Despite all the fear, Young-soo was not going to give up. He's angry. You could see it in his face. It can't be, what the hell? He thought and said. Damn, I got it. But his hand was frantically searching for something in his pocket. But this is my school. He kept talking in his head. Finally, Jong-soo took the brass knuckles out of his pocket and put it on his hand behind his back, showing with all his looks and words that we won. But thoughts. The thoughts in his head were completely different. How dare they encroach on my throne? Tae-jin, apparently not believing it himself, relaxed and began to speak in a cheerful tone. What, really? You admitted defeat, didn't you? Are we kings here now? But while Tae-jin and I were having fun chatting, Young-soo continued to plot revenge, calling us pigs in his head. Ahaha, we did it, now we're in charge. Jin told me. Yes, congratulations. I answered. But Young-soo didn't share our joy. How dare he bring this monster? The losers are miserable. There's only one boss here, and that's me. I got up with such difficulty. I can't back down. To no one. I won't give up this place. Finally, gathering all his willpower into a fist, Young-soo decided to show what he thought of us and screamed. In this school. I am the boss of this school. I'm the king here. And with all his strength, he swung his fist, which was wearing brass knuckles, in my direction. Since I had been relaxing for a long time and chatting sweetly with Tae-jin, accordingly, I did not notice the blow, unlike my new friend, who tried to warn me at the last moment. It was too late because Young-soo's fist was already counting my teeth nicely. The former king smelled blood and smiled, hoping that it was over. Meanwhile, I didn't even budge after his blow. When Jong-soo's hand dropped, he saw my face, completely whole, but very angry. Oh well. These fools always do that. Young-soo naturally couldn't believe it. Yes, it's impossible. How is it? I grabbed his fist, preventing him from returning his hand to its natural position. After that, he squeezed with such force that the brass knuckles bent, and the whole neighborhood heard the crack of his bones. After that, Young-soo fell to his knees in front of me, it's a pity that from the pain. Tae-jin's face, meanwhile, transformed. He was scared, although it's strange why, because we are friends with him. Did he bend steel with his bare hands? And gives? He thought. I didn't understand how or why, but Jong-soo must have finally gone off the rails. He blew himself up and started swearing at me. It didn't last long, my last blow to his face ended these sufferings. Now you can definitely breathe a sigh of relief, which is what Tae-jin. Wow. Sandid. You're just something. Just awesome. We're definitely in charge now. I can't believe it. You really beat them. We have the whole school under control. He shouted at me, and I turned on the insecure guy mode again. Oh, yeah. Congratulations. Tae-jin continued to rejoice. He rejoiced so much that it seemed as if he had beaten everyone. AI. That's just fine. Ahaha. We are kings. A few hours later, evening came. We had said goodbye to Tae-jin a long time ago, and I was walking down the street alone. Suddenly, the footage of today's fight began to pop up in my head, and I sighed. Finally, I'm really happy, continuing to think. Yeah. Really funny. They say he was a legendary leader. And as soon as he was lightly hit, he flew off a meter. A worthless bug. And Tae-jin is still sulking. Did he really want to be in charge? The leader of the school. Well, in general, an enviable position. However. I stopped and looked up. Some kind of it. It's too small a position for me. It was the middle of the night outside, and only the light shone from my window at home. I was lying on the bed. I still couldn't get to sleep. I have experienced too many emotions during this day. The flow of thoughts still did not stop. Is that all? Is this really what I dreamed of? Become a boss at school. Too easy. It was like a fight in kindergarten. Suddenly, pictures of a famous hero popped up in my head. I would also like to become like him. I also want to become famous all over the world. That's just not a hero. I was at home for a few days thinking about everything that happened that day. But one day, I decided to visit the school. Because of the flow of thoughts at night, I didn't get enough sleep and yawned all the way. Damn, do I really have to go to school like this? And what should I tell the teacher about my absenteeism? My yawn was interrupted by Tae-jin suddenly appearing. Hey San. Did you just come in? And are you an exemplary student? Ahaha. And where have you been for a few days? Didn't even answer the phone. I'm worried about you. Falling into a stupor, I answered. I didn't do anything special. But in my head I thought of something else. Why is he making a friend of himself? And, by the way, Jeonsu Sunbae left school. Now this school is completely in our hands. He stunned me with such news. But I understood what he was leading to. How could I forget, he doesn't need me, but my strength. Tae-jin kept telling me the latest news. What are we going to do now? By the way, this schoolboy has been behaving abominably lately. Now Chonsu is gone, and they don't care about anything. Those bastards. Can you deal with them? I thought it was a bad idea, telling him that it would be superfluous. Suddenly, on the way to school, our sweet conversation was interrupted by some bully who caught Jin's shoulder. Everything would be fine, because the big guy even apologized. But Tae-jin, apparently, went completely off the rails, counting heavily on me. Damn, it hurts. Hey, you, stay where you are. Come here, you bastard. No one would have tolerated such an attitude towards himself, and turning around, the bully made an evil grimace. What? What did you say? You told me that. As soon as the bully turned around, I saw beads of sweat begin to trickle down Tae-jin's face. Oh. Kim Young-jun? I immediately realized that my friend knew this man. Aren't you Young Tae-jin from Yongsan School? Said the bully. Apparently, this is some kind of important person, or a strong one, because Tae-jin's whole fuse was taken off by hand, and he began to apologize. Who is he that Tae-jin talks to him so respectfully? I thought. The big guy approached my friend and began to pour out questions. What have you been doing lately? I often began to hear about you. The difference in size between them immediately became noticeable. Tae-jin started awkwardly trying to get out of the dialogue. Yes, like this? Nothing like that, of course. Suddenly, Kim started openly threatening Jin. Be careful. And then you know me, because I can send you to the hospital. Then he noticed me. And who is this little one next to you? Did you start extorting money from children? Tae-jin, considering that the threat had passed, decided to introduce me as his friend. I, still not having learned to be sure, greeted him, but my face looked as if I had seen the most terrible villain. Our eyes crossed. Apparently considering that I was not worth his attention, Kim abruptly turned around and began to leave. Okay, rascal. Behave yourself. I went. Suddenly I noticed that Tae-jin relaxed and decided to ask him. What is it? Why are you walking straight in front of him? Who is he that you are so afraid of him? And Tae-jin began to explain. Don't you know him? Oh, yeah, you don't really know anything about the gangster world. It's dead bear Kim Young-jun. He's a bear from the young team. He's from a team of heroes. Tae-jin said. Who are the young? This is a team of young teenage heroes. They are more focused on crimes committed by young people. Of course, they are not as strong as adult heroes, however. This is still a team of superhumans who surpass the strength of an ordinary person. Young. Heroes? So he's a hero too? I asked, because I didn't know anything about them at all. We continued walking to school and Tae-jin continued talking. Well, yes. You're kind of superhuman, too. By the way, can I ask you something? And you? Can you defeat the hero? It was an interesting question, the answer to which I would like to get myself. How strong are these heroes? If you look at the Respol, it doesn't look like an ordinary human force. Will I be able to defeat the hero? The main headquarters of the heroes. The man we just met decided to visit the headquarters Respol. It's me, the bear. He told the main character of humanity. Oh. Misha. How? What are the fates here? Said Respol. Yes, I came to see the blue cat. But if you're busy, I'll come back another time. The bear said uncertainly, but Respol allowed him to come in. At the same time, the superhero himself was sitting on another person, they were fighting. I just decided to teach a lesson to a lousy dog. So you say you're looking for a kitty? Respol spoke too relaxed, as if he was lying on the bed and not fighting with some villain who threatened to kill him. In fact, it turned out to be not a villain, but another hero who decided to face off with Respol. With a few light movements, he appeared on top of the Respol and made a painful hand grip, after which he told the bear where the cat was. Entering her office, the cat immediately asked, Did you bring the investigation report? The bear confirmed it. Nothing has changed. The girl continued. The leaders of the schools are still the same. And nothing has changed in the gangs themselves. Said the cat. After that, they started a dialogue. Yes, they fight anyway, these schoolchildren. Says the bear. Don't forget, you're a schoolboy too. The cat answers. Is it possible to compare me with them? The bear asks. Well, what makes you different? The cat retorted and was suddenly taken aback. So, wait. Has the leader changed at Yongsan school? Wasn't Jiangsu the boss there? Although it is clear, his character is disgusting. But he is not one of those who is inferior to his peers. The bear confirmed her conclusions. Well, he bullied a lot, so the kid finished playing. The cat looked at who became the new boss and was surprised. Ying Tae Jin. What? Is he a first-year student? The bear replied. Well, to tell the truth, I was surprised too. Then I told the cat not to worry about this school. The cat, in any case, broke through the information and, no matter how the bear assured her, took this school seriously. Since the bear didn't care about these things, he decided to invite a beautiful girl on a date, but the cat broke off all his plans, insisting to take the Yongsan school seriously. Then she threatened to kill him if he was disrespectful to her again. The elite gym, with a lot of exercise equipment, was illuminated by the sun, whose rays fell through the windows, but who knows what is happening in the locker room. A huge bodybuilder, posing with his muscles, asked the bear. What? Did you say that to the kitty? And you're good, you survived her beatings. The bear was confused by the big man's words, and perhaps not by the words. Stop it. Can't you be a little more serious? Quickly throwing on a t-shirt so as not to embarrass the bear, the bodybuilder sat down on the bench and began to swing his biceps. Do you like the blue cat so much? He asked. And he began to tell her that one day he involuntarily hugged her after a meeting. No matter how excited the bear was, such an event, but the demonstrated golden tooth by the bodybuilder, as well as 4 broken ribs, cooled him down. Just because of one hug, a cat crippled such a big guy. It turned out that the bodybuilder is the strongest, in terms of physical strength, as well as the strongest hero among all. The bear was interested in many questions from the big man. But the most interesting was. And who is stronger than Ale or a cat? After that, the bodybuilder began the story. Well, here Ale wins, it's obvious. He's weaker than me, but not by much. He combines the features of an ideal hero, strength, intelligence, courage and determination. He got the title of the strongest hero on the planet for a reason. Further dialogue came to the fact that it was not possible to find out the strongest hero. It is impossible to say for sure who is stronger in one-on-one combat, since everyone has their own strengths and everyone is strong in their own way. The bodybuilder is tired of this dialogue, as it distracts from training. Since the bear has not trained for a long time, as well as the fact that he is not an ordinary person, the bodybuilder threw weight on the barbell and told the bear to do 10,000 repetitions. Which the bear himself, of course, was not happy about. After all, after these exercises with a bodybuilder, the bear could not engage in his heroic activities for a whole week.